Hello, I'm Tyler, this is the Imaginary Axis, and welcome to a new segment. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the show, a typical episode of the Imaginary Axis usually requires I research a lot of things. And sometimes I come across these really interesting facts that just aren't long enough to make their own episode. So here are some points. The Gym Homeworld is likely located in the Andromeda Galaxy, about 2.5 million light-years from Earth. We know this because Garnet and Peridot managed to see Homeworld's galaxy from Earth in log date 7152, and Stephen pointed out to Lapis that the fall leaves were changing color just a few days later. The Andromeda Galaxy is the only galaxy easily visible from Earth in the United States during early fall without a telescope. And it looks like a bright star, even if you're a Gym apparently. Try checking it out yourself if you live in the Northern Hemisphere. Details in the description below. But no matter how long you stare at the Gym Galaxy, you can't travel there. Unlike the Gyms themselves, who seem to have vessels that can reach Earth in at least 3.5 days. Assuming they weren't in a nearby star system, this means Gyms have developed technology that can travel over 260 million times faster than light. But that's not really surprising. In accordance with E=mc², nothing can travel faster than light. Because as you approach light speed, you gain mass. And as you gain mass, more energy is needed to keep you accelerating. To even reach light speed, you would either need no mass or infinite energy. Which means if you're going to travel from the Gym Homeworld to Earth in less than 2.5 million years, you'll need to make the distance shorter. By bending space. Or warping. Warp space. It might look like teleportation to you, but if the Gym warp pads are true to their name, every time one is activated, it warps the very fabric of space around its user. Based on what we see in the episode Warp Tour, it's very likely that the warp pads literally tear a hole in the space-time continuum to propel users through an alternate quantum spatial dimension that acts as a sort of shortcut. Either by bridging two areas of space and time with a shorter route, or by allowing the user to utilize a universe with different physical laws. These are the kinds of things we study when researching wormholes or string theory. Gyms might even have this kind of technology built into their ships to allow cross-universe travel in minutes. As if they didn't seem smarter than us already. Pearl once built an amateur starship using only the material she found in Greg's barn. And maybe some F1 single-nozzle liquid-fueled rockets. The vessel ultimately couldn't survive exiting the atmosphere, but it was supposedly fast enough to fly to the nearest star system and back in 50 years. Alpha Centauri is 4.37 light-years away, which implies over the course of a few days, Pearl single-handedly built a ship that could travel 17% the speed of light. That's nearly 1,000 times faster than the fastest man-made machine in history, Helios II. And it didn't have to worry about passengers. With all their gemstones combined, the crystal gems are worth approximately $5,305,000. Ruby is by far worth the most at $4,277,000, while quartz is by far worth the least at roughly $2,000. Peridot, jasper, and lapis lazuli are worth this much. The Gym Rebellion happened roughly 5,750 years ago, and it lasted about 1,000 years before the Homeworld Gyms retreated and cut off all contact with Earth. That means humans having a written language would be new news to the vast majority of Gyms. In fact, Garnet and Pearl could probably recount the invention of hieroglyphs to you, while Amethyst is about as old as the art of pottery. Conversely, humans have been drinking beer since before the Gyms arrived on our planet. But with those extended lifespans, you have to wonder how temporary we humans look. With the average global life expectancy reaching 71.4 years, an entire generation of people will live and die in what is essentially less than a year for someone of Amethyst's age. Gerbils live longer compared to us than we do compared to Gyms. And there's a lot to be said for that, because to the Gyms, our world probably looks a lot like a gerbil's world looks to us. I mean, this is an alien race that laughs at light speed, warps through spatial dimensions, and populates the universe. When we're about to chop down a tree to set up a shopping mall, we might look at the squirrels that live in it and say, "Aw, how cute, it gathered up some sticks and rubble to make a little nest. Oh well, time for land development." In the same way, Gyms probably looked at us and said, "Aw, how cute, they invented a wheel and cultivated rice. Well, time to actually use this planet." It's really good that there are people out there who are willing to stand up for the little guy. Never take someone like that for granted. But I think you get the point. Hey everyone, Tyler here again. Thanks for checking out this new, shorter style of video I'm trying. Don't worry, we'll be back to the regular topics and runtime in the next video. But what did you think of points? I've been wanting to try some new stuff out with my channel for a while now, and I just thought it was a shame to let all these random facts go to waste. If you want to see more points about your favorite show, game, comic, or whatever, leave a comment. Or maybe you'd like to point on over to that subscribe button. If you do, I promise I'll never make a pun that horrible again. As usual, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and you can check out more of my channel on the screen right now. I really appreciate any and all support, and just the fact you're still watching the video at this point means a lot. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter, it's usually easier to get in contact with me there. And if you're just passing through, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you next time.